Okay, let's talk about Colston Loveland, the tight end that the Bears selected. Some people were surprised they wouldn't have him over Tyler Warren, who was a lot of people's tight end number one. So I was very interested in seeing how Loveland was going to play in the preseason. Granted, he played 6 snaps, so I'm definitely, I'm going to show a handful of these plays, but not a huge sample size, but still, a few NFL reps is still worth talking about. So let's get into it. Starting off with the play you see on your screen. Kind of an interesting route. Going to fake as though he's going over the middle, but then go towards the top of the screen. And I have to say, I think he runs this route well. Watch how, I'm watching this, I'm like, this looks like a really good route. He's nimble, he gets over, but the defender was just kind of all over it. To me, I think this was good offense and better defense. Like, I don't think that was a bad job by him. Credit to the linebacker for Miami over the middle to be able to make that play. But like, that's a good route. I think that'll probably work in the NFL more than it doesn't. Just didn't work on that one. We also saw this next one where it's going to be just a tight end screen where he's going to start off blocking and then he's going to go out. It's 3rd and 16. You're not expecting the first down, but you're hoping to get some yards. Quarterback takes a snap. He's going to flip it over to Loveland, who at this point, like I said, there's going to be players in the area not allowing you to make the first down. I still like how he does this, though. He could have easily kind of looked for an easier way to get tackled, but that's not at all what he does. He lowers the shoulder. He's going for as many yards as he can get there. He doesn't care that it's preseason. Ultimately, again, did not matter too much. They weren't able to get a ton there, but these little things will work, I think, the more you see them in action. I know that, incomplete pass, a screen pass that he only got what he was able to get, like, maybe it doesn't seem like much, but I do feel like these are small things I look for when watching preseason. How much do guys, do things like this? How physical are players? Well, he's playing physical, which is always important. This next play is probably the best play from his, again, very small sample size performance. It's a blocking play, and I don't mean best play in terms of this is the most impressive thing he did, period, but just in terms of that was kind of his knock coming out of college, right? Not a great blocker. Well, we did get to see him block on this play. Watch how when it begins, you see how he gets in position right now to make this block. So good job of getting into position right away. And you're going to see him be able to, finish off this block as well, because like we'll talk about, not the biggest guy, and, the defender really was pushing him well after that play looked to be over. But nonetheless, Loveland was able to stand his ground enough there. So again, for a guy who's kind of criticized for is he too skinny, all that stuff, at least on this play, he seemed fine. One more play, again, not a ton, nothing crazy to talk about in this one, a very tame video, but, figured people would be interested. I was interested in checking it out, and that's kind of what I choose to make videos on, is if I find a topic interesting, I make a video on it. You see here, Loveland's running a route, it's actually not really about trying to get into a gap in coverage, it's to help set up another receiver who's going to be running further. Watch as when he runs this route, he's actually doing a good job of kind of drawing that Dolphins player further in. He's even creeping a little bit towards the top of the screen. He understands the concept, understands the situation, understands how to help out his teammate. Another thing you want to see in preseason, are you someone who's just out there to get yards for yourself, or are you still being a team player and trying to, run the setup routes as well as you can? That's what he's doing here. He helped get that throw open. The throw was not exactly right on the money, which resulted in an incompletion, but Loveland did his job. So, yeah, again, nothing crazy here, nothing earth-shattering, but still worth touching on. Loveland showed a few things. We'll see what he does when we get more playing time from him. But, yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.